Good Tuesday afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our market SITREP or situation report here at TOPGUN Options. My name is Matthew Buckley. My call sign is Wiz. And if it's a day of the week that ends in Y, we have a rip your face off rally again in the S&P 500, man. It's just going to keep going up, or it's not, right, folks? We are way overbought up here, right? We had a good brief this morning in our primary live trade brief where we talked about FOMO, fear of missing out. Reminder, folks, what was it? 98% of the S&P 500 is not participating in this rally. This is a massive tech rally. 7 names, 7 out of 493 companies in the S&P 500 are ripping higher. Take a look at Tesla. Tesla is insane. Look at this chart. Let's take a 6-month chart here. Look at this. Straight up. I mean, a month ago, it was at what, 150? And we're up here at 260, folks. On what? Same thing with Amazon. Take a look at the run Amazon's had. Any of the tech names, folks, look at this. Since May, early liftoff. All the tech names are powering this. And will this be the first time in over three decades of doing this that they won't take a break? They won't pull back or hover at least? No, that's not going to happen. But we're going to cover all of this Thursday at 1 p.m. in a free brief, okay? I'm going to brief our existing members on the Hunters and the Max Afterburner self-directed investment clubs. All you have to do to attend, to register, you can click on the link in the email, or you can head to go.topgunoptions.com/hunters, okay? That's June 15th, that's this Thursday at 1 p.m., a free live trade brief. Why is this going to be critical on Thursday? Because guess what's going on tomorrow? Well, guess what was going on today? Fed meeting. Guess what's going on tomorrow? 2-day Fed meeting wraps up, and we get a decision on the federal funds rate. They're not going to raise tomorrow. It's been more or less telegraphed that they're going to take a pause here in June. But here's the big deal, is at 2:30. That's when Jerome Powell actually starts talking. That's the press conference. Now, he's going to read from a prepared script. It's the unscripted answers to reporters' questions that can cause the market to move. So we're going to want to debrief on Thursday because Jerome Powell has the power, and it's sad to say this, but the guy has the power to keep this rally going or end it, right? I definitely know the dude's going to pause, but what's the forward guidance, right? Is he going to say, hey, we're going to pause, we're going to see if what we've done so far has worked? You know, the wording is going to be absolutely critical, folks, to what this market does next. I don't mind missing out. I don't have FOMO. Never have FOMO. I don't mind missing out on a little bit of upside to get confirmation, right? The underlying fundamentals, yeah, they might still care, actually suck. The underlying inflation, the CPI print today, folks, was still high, right? It was the CPI shows inflation has peaked, and it's cut in half from last year. But folks, the core CPI actually went up to 5.3%, folks. So inflation is sticky. It's hanging out, and the Fed has more work to do. Okay, I get it. The market is forward-looking, and it's already past all of this, apparently. It's past the Fed's still going to raise interest rates, and, potentially there's trouble ahead. We're already looking out to blue skies, lollipops and rainbows and unicorns. Okay, I'm going to wait. Because if or when this market decides to take a breather, not even the market, these 7 names that are powering the S&P 500 decide to take a breather, I'm going to pound them into the dirt. And if they don't, if we get Uncle Jerome tomorrow, that's just, yay, everything's great, then I'm going to jump in. But again, no FOMO. Look at this. We put actually a trade for tomorrow on that made $826 so far today. It's a range-bound iron condor for tomorrow. Look at this, going right through the up rates right now, risking $4,900 to potentially make $4,100. 83% probability of making $4,100 in a day, essentially. Okay, this trade makes max profit if the S&P stays between 4,325 and 4,400 tomorrow. That's right inside the at-the-money straddle. Let's take a look at like a 5-day chart of the S&P 500. So That's Amazon. Let's go over here to SPX. So the S&P 500, so it's got to stay below 4,400 all the way up here and above, what was that, 43.25 down here. So Jerome Powell, when he's talking tomorrow on the Fed rate decision, this thing's going to move like a heartbeat monitor all over the place. But as long as it settles between those two strikes tomorrow, max profit. Would you like to make over $4,000 in a day on limited risk? Yeah, I kind of think you would as well. So learn how to do all this stuff, folks. This isn't hard. Head to go.topgunoptions.com/hunters, and I will teach you this stuff. So Thursday, I'll give you a brief about our investment clubs, but just as importantly, I'm going to give you a debrief about what happened with Jerome and the Fed. Quick reminder, next week, I'm going to be coming live from the Psychedelic Science Convention in Denver, June 19th to the 23rd. Going to have an absolute blast. Our foundation, the No Fallen Heroes Foundation, is sponsoring the Veterans and First Responders Dinner Thursday night. We are honored. We bought 190 tickets for veterans to be able to come to this event and to their dinners, putting a smile on my face, folks. I love putting down the ladder to potentially help and save and change the lives of veterans, first responders, and their family members. Really looking forward to that. Hey, before I forget, episode 63 of the Max Afterburner podcast just dropped. Tomcat Kid, from beating cancer to entheogenic healing. So Chris Proven, call sign Kid, former decorated Tomcat driver who caught prostate cancer early and then works for the VPCA, the Veterans Prostate Cancer Association, which is a nonprofit that we partner with because veterans diagnosed with cancer have a 60% higher rate of suicide, of taking their own lives. So Kid and I knocked out a really cool podcast. It's called Tomcat Kid, from beating cancer to entheogenic healing. So make sure you check out that Max Afterburner podcast. But man, unbelievable rip your face off rally. And yeah, we are going to take a little bit of a victory tour because at the end of last year and into January, I said what? We will get a mid-year turnaround in the market. I said January through May is going to suck, and June's going to be a rip-your-face-off rally. Men lie, recordings don't. Go back and listen to them, folks. We nailed a mid-year turnaround. Now, whether it's going to be sustained or not, all depends on Uncle Jerome. Well, and it also depends on a lot of other stuff. China, Ukraine, Iran, you name it. There's a lot of world issues that are going on. And you know what? There's a lot of hopium in this market right now. You know, the stock market essentially is discounting too much easing and optimism, right? And, you know, markets don't go up forever, folks, and they tend to also go down. But again, you trade the market you have, not the one you want. Not that I want a down market, although sometimes I do as an options trader because as the market implodes or goes down, volatility goes through the roof, right? As an options trader, we loved hurricanes. I love being a hurricane insurance salesman when hurricanes are coming, right? So I prefer a down market, but I actually don't as a human because most people get hurt in down markets. Not options traders. We can potentially profit no matter what direction the market is going, up, down, or sideways. So make sure you join me on Thursday at 1 o'clock. Like I said, free brief. We're going to debrief what happened with the Fed on Wednesday, and then I'm going to brief you on our two investment clubs, which, to be brutally honest with you, are the best hedge funds I've ever been associated with. Why? Because everybody's trading their own money. Okay? Most, quote, professional traders do not trade their own money. It's pretty easy when you're trading somebody else's money. You really don't give a shit. Nobody cares more about your money than you. And we're going to talk about this on Thursday. Okay? One more time, go.topgunoptions.com/hunters, and I will see you Thursday in the live briefing room at 1 p.m. Have a great rest of your day. Go Panthers, man. Game 5 against the Knights in Vegas. We can do it. We were down 3-1 against Boston, and we came back to beat Boston in that series. Then the Leafs, then wiped the Hurricanes, swept them. It's been a tough series. It's been some uphill sledding for the Panthers because the Knights they're a deep team. But, hey, man, it's one game. One game tonight. And you take it one shift at a time, one period at a time, and we can do it. Okay, have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge. Fights on. Namaste and basi basi. I'll talk to you tomorrow.